Well. Finally got time to do a podcast. I finally got time to sit down and talk to you guys in a week. 8 days maybe. But I'm going to be doing 2 podcasts in 2 days. So I've got a bit of time, more time to speak to you. But anyway, yes guys, welcome back to the Moore Army podcast for another episode. How yous all doing out there? How yous keeping since the last time I spoke to yous? It's It's been a busy few days for me. The last 7+ days have been insane. Hence why there's been no podcast. But this is it. As of today, we are back on the road. We're on the roll. We're rolling, rocking and rolling. The saying goes, no more hiccups, no more missing podcasts. It's time to go. It's a long story why there hasn't been a podcast since last week, but never mind that. Most importantly, I'm back here to talk to you for a little bit here on the Moore Army podcast. So, hope you're all keeping well, guys. Thank you for all your messages over the last week or so since the last time I spoke to you. Sat down last night with a cup of coffee and went through some of your messages. Wow, there's a lot of questions for you and from you guys, and I want to obviously get as many as I can answered on the podcast today. I did spend about an hour or so last night on the emails and the messages and stuff, just sort of going through everything and answering some of you guys and whatnot. So thank you for your questions. But yes, we are back once again for another episode. Sitting here on a Wednesday. Yes, a Wednesday. Never record a podcast on a Wednesday. I think maybe done it once on a Wednesday. It was supposed to be released yesterday, but unfortunately I've been quite busy. But the most important thing is I'm here to talk to you once again. Got some good stuff to talk about today on the podcast. Some stuff that I've been saying is going to be happening for a long time, but it's still, everything's starting to turn and everything's starting to come out now, but I'm going to be talking about shortly. But before I go any further in the podcast today, guys, I just want to sort of get into the usual stuff that I like to get out of the way at the start of every episode here on the Moore Army podcast. If you're new to this podcast for the first time, hello, no matter where you're listening to us from, whether you're on Apple Music, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, the YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on YouTube, please drop a subscribe on this channel. Drop a like on this video. We'd appreciate it. So yes, if you are listening to this for the first time, hello. If you're a regular listener to the Moore Army podcast, welcome back. If you want to get in touch with the Moore Army podcast, you know how to do it by now. But anybody there who is new to the podcast, this is how you can do it, by the following methods. If you want to contact us for any questions or any suggestions for the show, you can drop us an email, which is moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. Also, you can contact us on social media, which is, first of all, Facebook, the Moore Army YouTube channel Facebook page. You can head over to Facebook there and drop a like on that page. I would appreciate it. Also, if you want to contact me directly on Instagram, you can find me on Instagram, official Matthew Moore on Instagram. You can drop us a message on there and check out all our content that we post up on there. Also, if you want to watch the YouTube channel, which has been going around for coming up 8 years here in March, Moore Army YouTube channel, please drop a subscribe in that there. I would appreciate it as well. Also, I'm not on X or Twitter, if you want to call it. People keep asking me all the time, would you ever consider going back onto Twitter? Never going to happen. I don't like the platform at all, guys. It's just one of those toxic platforms I'd never go onto at all. But anyway, yes, guys, the Christmas merchandise is now available. I did put up some stuff on the social media pages if you want to order some of your Christmas merchandise and get it before Christmas. The deadline is about 3 to 5 days away. If you want to go onto the website, moorearmy.co.uk, you can get all your Christmas merchandise, hoodies, jumpers, mugs. What else have we got on there? Kids stuff as well. Got kids jumpers in different colours. The hoodies and jumpers all different colours as well for Christmas. We also dropped some new merchandise as well. A new t-shirt for Lewis, which is the Orwa t-shirt. I'm probably thinking to yourself, what the hell does that mean, Orwa? It's Lewis's wee thing that he likes to come off with. Anybody who follows the YouTube channel would know. I've got a really cool design t-shirt out there for him now, and also a Moore Army Guy t-shirt available in 3 different colours. And you want to get those ordered, they are available on the website, moorearmy.co.uk. which also you can check out all the previous vlogs, listen to the podcasts, and more, all available there on moorarmy.co.uk. We are in the middle of moving website servers at the minute, but the online shop is still there, moorarmy.co.uk. A lot of people have been saying that the website's not very mobile friendly. The shop is, but the main site itself is a bit of a nightmare. So we're trying to switch servers at the minute. So it's moorarmy.co.uk. Get your Christmas merchandise ordered now, because if you don't get them ordered now, you'll not get it before Christmas. But those new t-shirts, we dropped 2 new t-shirts, which is available for everybody. We're going to get them made up for kids as well. There's a lot of young listeners out there, and obviously young viewers out there want to get some of the merchandise too as well. But that's moorarmy.co.uk for all your merch. I'm going to contact us, check out all our photographs, what we've been up to. All the stuff to do there is moorarmy.co.uk. And the people abroad, if you go on the website, I give you all the information of when everybody out there, because I do have a lot of listeners and viewers from the States and Europe and whatever else. So I think the European postage is around about the same time as the British postage here in the UK. If you want to order from like the States or Australia, whatever it is, you can go on there and they give you sort of a breakdown on the website. Along the top of the store page, you click on it, it tells you all about it. As well. So yes, guys, Christmas is round the corner. We're just over 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks away. We've got 3 episodes of the podcast left before we go to Christmas time. We're going to be doing a Christmas special. Now, funny enough, I was talking to Brooke and Lewis the other day about it, my kids, about coming back on again for the Christmas special this year. Because I was saying to Brooke the other day about it, and she looked at me and she went, I was on the Christmas special last year. But yes, you were. So I want her on the Christmas special this year again. We're going to sit around and do a bit of Christmas chat and talk about all different things that's going on in the world as well. Coming up to Christmas, I can't believe Christmas is so close away. I did put a video up on our YouTube channel 2 days ago, guys. If you want to go check it out, where we finally put up our Christmas tree. I know on the 11th of December. It should have been up at the start of the month, but with us being away, Lewis and I in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago for a few days, and then obviously with Brooke working, we like to put our Christmas tree up together, you see. And the other night was the first time we could get around to doing it. And you know something? It was actually really funny. Myself, Brooke and Lewis put the tree up. Currently sitting recording this podcast this morning in my living room looking across at the Christmas tree. Guys, you don't even want to know what's on the Christmas tree right now. I mean, if you're a follower of my YouTube channel, you know my daughter absolutely adores and loves ducks. You probably saw it on her 18th birthday party we had a few weeks ago. Her birthday cake was a duck cake. She actually has a Christmas duck on our tree this year. Go and watch the video from the other night, guys. It was really, really funny where we put up the Christmas tree. It was so funny. I actually put it up, I think it was not even a day ago, actually, but a day and a half ago, maybe. I put it up, and Brooke and Lewis were having fun wrestling on the floor, and they were messing around with all the lights and the tinsel, and it was just one of them family moments again where we can look back at it in a couple of years and just laugh. So it was really, really funny. But anyway, yes, guys, that's the recent video up on the channel. I have dropped a few vlogs over the last few days as well. You want to go and check it out. Put up stuff from the Christmas market we attended last week or so in Liverpool. I put up a video there last night, which is actually getting really, really good views on it. Actually, Lewis and I paid a visit to Everton Football Club's new stadium in Liverpool. We took a wee trip down there and had a wee nosy around the stadium and stuff like that. And we showed you an overhead shot of the stadium, what it looks like right now in the process of being built. You can go and check that video out. The views are flying up this morning on that one. But yes, guys, the last couple of days since the last time I spoke to you, I've been really, really busy. Just with work and getting ready for Christmas and just doing a lot of different things over the last couple of days. Just haven't really had much time to do a podcast. I was supposed to do one yesterday, but then I got called away at work and stuff, and I just haven't stopped the last few days. And this week's going to be an even busier week as well, because we've got preparation to do the house as well, more work to do. And then on Sunday, this coming Sunday, I'm back to Liverpool again on Sunday for the Liverpool-Manchester United game. And then the week after that, just before Christmas, Lewis and I are off to Liverpool for the Liverpool-Arsenal game 2 days before Christmas. So there's some really good vlogs coming up. We're going to be doing some general vlogs as well. I even suggested to the kids about doing a couple of live streams on the likes of Instagram and doing other things like that there to talk to you guys over Christmas. It's just going to be, the next week or so, it's just going to be chock-a-block. And guys, you always know at this time of year, we're always up to something. You know, whether we're doing something or We're always up to something. So we are. So stay tuned to the YouTube channel over the next maybe week or so. And then we got Christmas Day coming up, which is going to be another good day as well. Boxing Day, we're out in Boxing Day as well. Big family meal coming up as well on Boxing Day, which is going to be another good event. But yeah, this past week. But the thing is, guys, the last week or so, the weather has been absolutely shit, hasn't it? It really has been completely shit. We were supposed to be away to Castledurg last Saturday. I think I talked about that on last Tuesday's podcast, because we didn't do one on Thursday. But yeah, we were supposed to go away, and on Friday it just rained and rained and rained and rained, and it just did not hold up. We got the call 8 o'clock on Saturday morning saying there was going to be a pitch inspection of football, and it was called off. So Lewis and I Saturday consisted of us just staying at home watching the Liverpool Crystal Palace game, which Liverpool won again, of course, with the late goal from old Harvey Elliott. Well, name's old young Harvey Elliott, so to say. But pretty much, guys, this past week the weather has been absolutely shit here in Northern Ireland. All it has done is rain and rain and rain and rain and rain and rain. And it's not going to hold up. Apparently there's going to be more bad weather coming this week. So it's the joys. But what else have I been up to since the last time I've seen you? I've just been pretty much just busy, guys, just with work and getting the house sorted out for Christmas and just everything else. It's just been complete and total madness. And again, I want to apologise once again for no podcast yesterday and Thursday. It's just because Thursday, and I normally do a podcast Thursday morning, and then I normally go out, have a beer on a Thursday night, and then everything else, it just never stopped. But anyway, I'm back now. I'm sitting here this morning, looking out the window. There's no rain today. Thank God for that. I got to go out this afternoon and find. Here's the thing, guys. I put up a vlog a few weeks ago of us fixing up Lewis's bedroom. We've been trying to get wallpaper for Lewis's bedroom for the last few weeks, and everywhere we seem to go for wallpaper, it's completely sold out. So this afternoon, Lewis and I are heading out when he gets back from school today. We're going to be heading out again to another couple of stores to see if we can find wallpaper for Lewis's room. I want to get it done for Christmas. So we'll do, because it's just a fucking nightmare. It's just, everything else is done. It's just a matter of getting the wallpaper put up and rejigging his room. We've got new furniture and all for his bedroom too as well. When we get everything else sorted out, it's just trying to find this fucking wallpaper. I know you're probably saying to yourself, well then just don't use the wallpaper that you want, just get something different. We've got a theme for Lewis's room set up, and it's just a fucking nightmare. And then you go into all these other places, and the prices of wallpaper nowadays is absolutely fucking horrendous. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. We went into a place in Belfast there about a month or so ago, and it's a place that I would normally go to for wallpaper. A lot of people I know go to there as well, because it's reasonably priced. You know, it's an old school, old fashioned place you go to buy your stuff to decorate your house and whatever else. And I turned up at it and I was like, holy shit, this place has completely changed. They've brought all these fucking these little fucking namby-pamby people in there, and they're all running around chasing after you, like asking you for help, and then when you say no or yes or whatever, they're like bringing you into these rooms now, and they're giving your whole like house an interior design. You're like, hang on here a wee second, mate. I'm only here to fucking buy wallpaper. I'm not here to redecorate my whole fucking house. You know what I mean? Where's the old-fashioned, you know, shops that you go into and you buy your stuff and you leave? Nowadays, you've got all these fucking agents running after you going, oh, we'll decorate your living room. Oh, let's decorate your bedroom too, and your bathroom, and your kitchen. No, I'm here just to buy wallpaper for a fucking bedroom. Unbelievable. But the type of paper we're looking for Lewis's room, we're hopefully going to get some today, fingers crossed. But the price of wallpaper nowadays, and the price of anything nowadays, is just through the fucking roof. It's absolutely insane. But we're hoping to get that all sorted out today, fingers crossed. I want to get his room finished before Christmas next week. My bedroom, fuck me, don't even get me started with my bedroom. My bedroom's been waiting to be done for a long time. This is how busy I've been lately, guys, and you're probably all saying to yourself, oh, fuck Matthew, you're always saying you're busy all the time, blah, blah, blah. My bedroom was supposed to be done 9-10 months ago, and it hasn't been fucking done yet because of how busy I've been. There's a lot of people, I've even read questions here on the podcast, people saying to me, you know, Matthew, you haven't really put up as many videos this year. No, I got a message there from YouTube the other day. You always get it around about this time of year, saying how many videos you put up on the channel this year, and, you know, all your stats of your channel and everything else. And I'm looking at the channel and I'm going to myself, are you fucking serious? Is that all the amount of videos I put up? There's 365 days in a year, and I've just put up just under 200 videos on the channel this year, and I'm thinking to myself, that's not me. I'm normally putting up 300-400 videos a year. Nearly one every day. And this is how busy I've been over the last year. Just the drop of channels. And I've lost a lot of subscribers too as well, which is fucking pissing me off too. But the point is, this is how busy this last year has been for me. And, I've done a lot of thinking about it, and a lot of, saying to myself, right, I need to do something better here to try and make the channel better. And I know I was supposed to make an announcement there the other week, which a lot of you are still asking where the fuck the announcement is, which I'm going to be announcing that, yes, definitely, because there's things that I've got in the works here for the channel, that I want to expand the channel. I want to make the channel bigger again. I want to try and get the people back into watching again. I want to try and make different content. I want to try and do different things in the channel. Hell, I've even been going to my son and my daughter and saying, right, what's trending right now on the likes of TikTok and Facebook, YouTube and whatever else, because I need to try and get the audience back again, because, work's been so busy lately the last few months, and it's just been swamped with me. And I know, obviously, you see me travelling this past year, the likes of London twice and Liverpool quite a lot and all there. That's a day or so for me to get away from all that chaos. You know what I mean? And this is where I've been sitting reevaluating over the last couple, especially when I got that email the other day. I was looking at it going, is that all the videos I put up this year? That's not like me. I'm normally making loads of videos. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on here? So that's just another thing I've been thinking about, and obviously trying to, evaluate. Because at the end of the day, guys, I enjoy editing videos and making videos and trying to do the best I can. It's just, I don't know, it was just frustrating to get that email from YouTube and say, right, hang on here a wee second. This is not right. I'm normally doing a hell of a lot more video. There was times I was even doing 2 vlogs a day. Remember, any of my long time viewers out there, I was doing 2 vlogs a day. Not all the time, but sometimes I was doing maybe 2 a day. You know what I mean? And when I see that like that now, I'm going, no, that's not right. No, it needs to change. So it does. This is why I've had to think about it over the last couple of weeks, guys. And I know I keep saying all these things, and you're probably getting fed up hearing it. But I've all these plans, and I've even talked to Lewis about it when we were away there in Liverpool, and he was saying, like, Dad, you were supposed to make this announcement a few weeks ago, and your viewers are going to get pissed off with you, and they're not going to be happy with you, and they're going to end up thinking you're a bullshitter and a liar, and you're going to leave. And I was like, right, okay, I need to get my finger right here. So would I. But anyway, yes. Nothing me babbling on. That's what I pretty much have been up to over the last week or so. So, it's just one of those things. And here's the thing, guys. I was just reading through the news this morning there. Now, I know obviously we've had all this shitty weather over the last, week or so, where we've had like floods and everything else. And now the Met Office has come out. It's the first thing I want to talk about today in the podcast. The Met Office have come out now and said apparently the snow's on the way. And I was saying that to Lewis this morning. Lewis looked at me this morning. Well, happy days, Dad. We get snow over Christmas. Brilliant. And I'm thinking, last time I can remember a white Christmas was about 1996, 97, 95, 96 maybe. And it was snow over Christmas. And it was amazing because that was the year Mum and Dad, I think I was about 14, 15. And Mum and Dad bought me a football kit that year. And I went outside to play football with my mates in the snow, and it was fucking freezing. That's how I always remember it. It was just insane. Absolutely bonkers. So it was bloody freezing that year. I'll never forget it. So cold. But if I get away Christmas this year, happy days. But a lot of people out there who don't like the snow, especially driving in the fucking snow, the Met Office have come out, made a statement today, warns of Britain, including Northern Ireland, could be set for 20 centimetres of snow and bone chilling up to -9 across the UK. Apparently they're going to expect a blanket of snow of 20 centimetres, and parts of the UK be up as -9 degrees. Next week, part of Britain will be hit with a frosty spell that will result in heavy snowfall, turning weather maps blue and white. So we're going to be getting some snow here. Well, maybe in the UK, but I don't know. Maybe over in the UK. But that's the thing, though. I was saying to Lewis this morning, I have to fly to Liverpool on Sunday. Then the following week, me and you are at the fucking Liverpool-Arsenal game. And this is the thing. Funny enough, Brooke said to me the other week, she goes, Dad, and see if this happens, I'm going to call her a scud. Lewis and I fly to Manchester to travel down to the Liverpool Arsenal game, right, on the day before Christmas Eve. And then we travel back up to Manchester that night in the train because we're staying at the airport and then we're flying home Christmas Eve. I says to Brooke, says, Dad, what are you going to do if it snows or whatever and your flight gets cancelled? And I'm going, it'll never happen. We never get snow over Christmas. See if it happens this year and we're stranded in fucking of all places, Manchester on Christmas Day. I'll be video calling Brooke and saying, see, I'm coming home, you're getting your boot up your backside, girl. You're a fucking scud. But, look, listen, if it snows, it snows. You know, Christmas is Christmas at the end of the day. Everybody always wants a white Christmas, and maybe we'll get one this year. We don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Guys, I was telling you on the podcast there a few weeks ago, and somebody's actually got in touch with me out there. We were talking about landline phones. Remember having that conversation a few weeks ago about the old landline phones? Nobody uses their landline phone anymore because it's all mobile phones and video calls and whatnot. I told you to keep away on the story. BT and I made an announcement about this there recently. People are now complaining they've lost their phone numbers, and there's been a lot of problems with this BT switchover from landline, the digital voice as it's called now. A really bit of the article I was reading here this morning, maybe a few notes of it this morning here for the podcast. BT customers have been left without a landline, unable to use their personal stuff on their landlines, and lost phone numbers. As part of the big switchover from the landlines to the digital voice services, it's called. BT have confirmed they're switching off millions of traditional copper landlines across the UK and switching its customers to a broadband-based alternative called the BT Digital Voice. I'm hoping to be moving even more customers before the end of the year, but a lot of people are complaining that they've lost their landlines and they can't even have a phone number, and they've lost their numbers. Some of them have had numbers for decades and they've lost them, and they're also complaining that they haven't got switched over properly yet and they have lost their landline. Now, me personally, I don't have a landline anymore. I don't use a landline phone because I have my mobile phone. I've got FaceTime on my phone. I've got WhatsApp video calls, everything else. I mean, in recent year or so, however, I've said before in this podcast, I keep my circle very, very small when it comes to friends and comes to different people and whatever else. I mean, the only real people I bother with in my life at this present time is Brooke and Lewis, Mum and Dad and Tony. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, I've cut a lot of negative people out of my life over the last 2 or 3 years. People who obviously are not good to be around, so I just obviously cut that circle out. Obviously I see a wee friend now and again who I've seen, like for example, a bit of a reunion there with one of my old friends or Brooke's birthday, and I've got a couple of other people who maybe see him maybe 2 or 3 times a year if I'm lucky. But I sort of keep my circle small, don't really bother many people. I always find that with less people, the less people you have in your circle, the better, because of less negativity. But getting back to the point and talking here about the phones, a lot of people are complaining about it and stuff. A lot of you guys contact me about it and saying that you've all been switched over, and you know, saying that you haven't used you're paying for a landline you haven't used in a long time. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a fucking landline. I think the last time I had a landline was about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago actually. It was, but no, BT have now announced that in the article this morning I was reading, there's a lot of customers complaining that apparently that they have no telephone now. But even the older generations are so used to having a landline and stuff, are used to having that, and there's a lot of people there who aren't technically sound as the younger generation. Like, for example, a lot of the older generation don't have mobile phones, or they have a phone that they can't even fucking use. Like, there's my mum, I upgraded her phone recently to an iPhone, and she's still trying to figure it out months later. It's going to be a whole kerfuffle over the next couple of months maybe, and trying to get even the older generation how to learn to use these new phones. So let's see how BT get on with that over the next few months. Got some big stories to talk about today on the podcast as well, guys, which I'm going to talk about shortly. In fact, actually, I'm just trying to look through my notes here as well at the minute, what I've got actually here for the podcast today. There we go. Right, on this, these are stories that are floating around today, so these may change over the next day or so. TV license. We're going to be talking about the TV license again today. Yes, the TV license, guys. Let's talk about it now. It's been going around in the news the last week or so that the TV licence is once again being put up in price to £167. It's going up by apparently £15. I think it said 167 or something like that. It's going up to, or something like that anyway. So they're putting the TV licence price up next year. But at the minute, for what I've been watching on the television, reading online, reading on my phone, whatever else, that apparently there's going to be two options. One, it's either going to go up in price, or two, they're going to kick it to the fucking curb and scrap it in 2024. Now, I haven't talked about the TV licence on the podcast here for quite a while, so if you have heard me talk about it before, you know how I feel on it all. I think it's the biggest bunch of bullshit ever created. The TV licence should not be existing because a lot of people out there are doing more online streaming services now, the likes of Netflix and Amazon and YouTube and wherever else. And people don't watch live TV as much as what they used to. But here's the thing. I was watching the guy the other day on YouTube, and he's called the Black Belt Barrister. He's a barrister from London, and he comes on and obviously talks about different things about law and different things like that. And he's actually very, very good. Go and check him out, guys. He does give good sound advice on court cases and about what's going on in the news. And then one of his subjects the other day was the TV licence. And he was saying there about the TV licence about, what was it? He says in the last couple of months there's been over 400,000 people in the mainland England have cancelled their TV licence because they don't want to pay it anymore, because they're thinking they're paying for something they're not even using. Now, the TV licence does state that you obviously have to pay for a TV licence if you watch live TV or record live TV, but it doesn't say anything about video on demand service, non-live TV. There's a few things in the TV licence rules that are a bit sceptical, and a lot of people are going, well, hang on a wee second here. I don't think so. No. I don't watch live TV. I don't watch BBC. I watch on demand. But it doesn't state in the licence about paying for that for on-demand service. It's a whole big argument you could have about, what it's for. Whatever. I mean, I've had emails from people saying to me when I was talking about it a few months ago, towards the start of the year, actually, I was talking about it. People were saying, like, Matthew, I don't even watch fucking live TV. I don't even watch BBC. I don't even have Sky. I watch Netflix and Amazon Prime, watch YouTube. I don't watch live TV, so why should I pay for a TV licence? Which is true, but it does. They try and get you to the loophole saying if you're watching a live stream, say for example a live football game on Amazon Prime, that's still part of your TV licence package. If you're watching BBC iPlayer, I don't watch the BBC iPlayer. I don't, because I don't go anywhere near the thing to do with the BBC, to be honest. But there's a whole big argument about it all. And then there's a part of the website, which I told you about months ago, we can go on to where you can declare why you don't need a TV licence. And that obviously, lets them know you're obviously not watching live TV or whatever else. But there's a whole big thing on the news at the minute. People are arguing back and forward and saying, the TV licence should be scrapped. They're putting the fee back up again by another £15 this year. People at a certain age shouldn't have a fucking TV licence, which I agree. Old age pensioners should not require a TV licence, because they're struggling enough as it is to keep the heating on and pay the bills and pay their rent or whatever, or they're retired, to keep the heating on, put food on the table and all, you know what I mean? It's a whole big argument you could have all day long, which I've heard about on this podcast before. But the point is, BBC are now putting this TV licence up again, and a lot of people are up in arms about it, and I think it's bullshit. I think that the government should just turn around here and say, look, the world's changing. Not a lot of people are watching live TV anymore. They're watching other services instead of this, and you don't need a TV licence for most of it. And there's like 400,000 people have cancelled their licence in the last lot of months. And more people are cancelling every single day because they don't want to pay this TV licence fee. They're already paying a subscription service to the likes of Netflix, which we talked about recently. They've put their prices back up. Amazon Prime. A lot of people are watching YouTube now as well for news and for things that are going on in the world, and they just want to watch that instead of watching the likes of BBC and ITV and whatever else. Don't even get me started on BBC or ITV, but even so, this TV licence, in my opinion, should be scrapped. Guys, I want you to let me know for Thursday's podcast, or even on down the line, what do you think about this TV licence? Do you agree with the fee going up? Especially with the cost of living too as well. or do you think that the whole thing should just be scrapped? Drop me an email, morearmypodcast@yahoo.com, or send me a message on social media. What do you think about this? I'm actually going to put a thing out on the social media actually today about it. What do you think about the TV license? Should it be scrapped, or should it be kept, or should it even be reduced? What do you think about it, guys? Because I personally think it should be scrapped. You know what I mean? And I saw a news article or a news report the other day on one of the news channels, and they turn around and say, some guy was being interviewed outside the BBC, and he goes, who does these BBC people think we are, trying to put people in jail for not paying their TV licence? You get, like, you're standing in jail and they're like, what are you in for? I'm in for murder, mate. What are you in for? Stealing cars. What are you in for? Robbery. What are you in for? Attempted murder. What are you in for? Oh, mate, I forgot to pay my TV licence. Seriously? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And then also in the last couple of days as well, Freeview now apparently are changing all their services too as well, and Sky will be changing more services in the new year as well. Don't even get me started on Sky TV. The prices of Sky TV now is ridiculous as well. The price of a standard package for Sky is ridiculous now. So it is. It's just horrendous, the prices that you're paying for TV now. Guys, let me know what you think about it. morearmypodcast@yahoo.com, and also social media. Let me know. Speaking of the BBC, I've been wanting to talk about this fucking moron again for a few weeks now. Gary Lineker's back in the news again. Now, we talked about this a few months ago, as you all know, any regular listeners to the podcast. We talked about Gary Lineker being in a lot of hot water and controversy about what he said on social media. Then the BBC changed their whole policy about social media and all because of all the shit that they were getting from the press and all the other people and the general public and whatnot, right? This moron's back in the news again, but listen to this here. This is actually making me laugh this morning. The title of the story was BBC Chairman confirms Lineker's tweets to appear to break the social media now rules. Incoming BBC Chairman, this is a new chairman coming in, has confirmed that Gary Lineker's tweets to the controversial MPs this week appear to have now broken the new broadcaster new social media guidelines, and Gary Lineker could possibly be sacked because of this. Lineker joined 30 others in signing a letter including actors Brian Cox, Julia Stevenson, David Morrissey, as well as Kaiser Chief musician Simon Ricks. They signed this new letter. So they did about this social media nonsense. But apparently his new tweets have come out over the last couple of days. This Billy Big Balls, Gary Lineker, and has put him in hot water again. And there's a possibility that he could be shown the door in the next coming days or coming weeks. So get Billy Big Balls, Mr. I think I can do whatever I want and say whatever I want and get away with it at the BBC, could be shown the door sooner than you think. Now, whether this is going to happen or not, I don't know. Maybe he's going to find another loophole to keep himself in a job to sit on Match of the Day and get paid 1.3 or 1.4 million to sit and talk for 10-15 minutes on a Saturday night. Yeah. Now, I've talked about Gary Lineker before in this podcast. I've said when he was a player, he was a decent player back in the day. I remember watching Gary Lineker as a young lad growing up. But in recent months, especially since COVID came around and all this other stuff came around, he just became this egotistical BBC moron who thinks he can say and do what he wants on social media, and he gets away with it every time. Well, maybe this new chairman guy coming in is not going to look at it that way, and they're going to go, well, Mr. Lineker, you're being a bit of a dick and you're disrespecting you're putting our company in bad water, so there's the door. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, Mr. Lineker. Oh, sorry, don't let the door hit you on the big ears on the way out the door. So maybe Mr. Lineker could be on his way out. I don't know. But reading through this story this morning, again, just to confirm for the podcast today, they went to talk about freedom of speech and whatever else out there, but then obviously what he's been saying recently on social media is in breach of the new social media laws that the BBC have put out recently. So Mr. Lineker could be on his way out the door. So, again, I talk to a lot of football personalities. I work in local football here in Northern Ireland, and even when you speak to them about Gary Lineker, they always say, like, Jesus Christ, he's on the screen for about 10-15 minutes at the tops, and he gets paid all that money to sit there and talk crap about football. You know, there's a lot of other people out there who are better presenters, wouldn't even get a fraction of what he gets. But is he going to be shown the door? I don't know. Me personally, because of what he's been saying, I wouldn't be disappointed if he was shown the door. Now, he has been, I think he's been the main presenter of Match of the Day since 1999, I think it was. 99, which is a long time. But when you walk around thinking you're bigger than what you are, and you think you're Billy Big Balls and you can do whatever you want, especially when you're working for a big company like BBC, what goes around comes around. And it comes back to bite you on the ass. Look at Philip Schofield, thinking he was Billy Big Balls. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. But anyway, moving on. Yes, one last story to talk to you about before I answer some of your questions today, guys. As of the recording of this podcast today, on this Wednesday, is it the 13th, isn't it, today? Aye, the 13th of December. This was announced, literally, I'll tell you exactly when it was announced. About an hour or so before this podcast was recorded. I'm sure the people of Wales are partying tonight. Mr. Grumpy Balls, stuck in the fucking past, moron, the guy who puts a speed limit in his country to 20 miles an hour, the guy who locked people up like animals during COVID, the guy who still thinks that people should still wear a fucking mask during COVID, the moron, the miserable old stuck in the past, grumpy old fucker should be in a care home beside Joe Biden. The First Minister of Wales, Mark Drakeford, has finally resigned. He is gone. Yes, that's right. He is gone. The people of Wales will be up in arms of happiness. Hopefully the roads will change back to normal speed limits and Wales can go back to moving forward into a progressive country instead of being stuck with Drakeford. This miserable old shit is gone. He has announced that he will stand down as Welsh Labour leader coming up in the new year, in a new election coming up. He said he is standing down as First Minister. Oh man, he is. Between him and your one in Scotland, Jeanette McCranky, or what was her fucking proper name? I can't even remember her name. My head's went blank. They're all gone. All the ones, the COVID freaks, the ones that locked us up like fucking animals for 2 years. All the ones said that we should be locking ourselves in our houses still to this day and staying apart from each other, and all these stupid rules that they made up during, even with Bumble and Boris and all too as well, they're all gone. I did say to this at the start when I started recording these podcasts that they will be gone. Every one of them will be gone. I've been saying that for a long time, that it'll all come out in the end. So it will. All of it. But no, obviously I had people saying like, oh no, they're doing a good thing up there, so they are. And listen guys, I get messages from people in Wales all the time saying to me that Mark Drakeford is a miserable fucker, and what he done to Wales during COVID and what he's done to the country overall, the economy as well recently, has been horrendous. I mean, slowing the roads down to 20 miles an hour. I met a young lad, it was so funny, I actually met a lad in Blackpool there when I was over for the football game with Lewis. And I'll not tell you where he works or what he is. He was working in a public job. I'm not going to obviously bury him, I don't want to get him in trouble. But he's a football groundhopper. And he was saying to me, Matthew, go on to my Instagram and have a look at my Instagram and you'll see us driving to Wales because they were going to a Wrexham game, and they were driving up the carriageway and they were singing a song in the car, a crowd of them all singing, taking the piss out of Mark Drakeford. But what was it they were singing? I can't even remember now. We drive in third gear. We drive in third gear. Mark Drakeford, we drive in third gear. You know what I mean? Speed limits down to 20 miles an hour. Okay, yes, I know the roads can be dangerous and we'll have a whole big argument about all that there. But that was just one of the things that he done. And I remember seeing him during lockdowns. Like England was starting to reopen again and everywhere else, but he was still locking people down. I mean, I've got family in Wales. When I saw their Facebook posts and all, they were saying about, how miserable Wales is compared to the likes of Scotland and England and Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland and all that there. He tries to keep Wales stuck in the past. He's no drive. He's just a miserable man. He's just never happy. By the way, her name's just come into my head. Nicola Sturgeon. Yeah, Jeanette McCranky lookalike. Yeah, she was caught out with all her dodgy dealings and she was shown the door too. But Mark Drakeford is now officially gone as the First Minister of Wales. Now, he's not leaving officially till the new year. But I went on to social media. Facebook, first of all, I typed his name in Resigns. Went into some of the news sources, sharing the story, and the comments are flooding in. Thank God he's away. Our country can hopefully progress forward now. Thank God he's away. He's a miserable shit. He never done anything good for the country. He's horrible. How did he get re-elected the last time? So people in Wales will be a happy bunch of people tonight, knowing the fact that Mark Drakeford is now resigned as the First Minister of Wales. So there you go. I'm sure you people out there will be loving it in Wales. So Wales, this weekend, have a beer and celebrate because he's gone. Ding dong, the miserable old shit's gone. I did say this for months, guys. The likes of Drakeford and your woman in Scotland and Boris and all his more, they'll all face their consequences. Even the COVID inquiry recently as well. I even saw my old fucking mate, Mr. Next Slide Please, Mr. What do you call him? Chris Whitty, sitting talking load of crap, trying to dig himself out of a hole that he put himself in. That man's a miserable old shit. He just no life. He just didn't want people to have a life. And I don't even want to get into a COVID conversation again, but these people just literally tried to make our lives miserable, and they're all gone now. They're all gone. Every one of them. Matt Hancock, Boris Johnson, even the ones over here in Northern Ireland. They're all gone. We don't have much of a government over here anyway, but even so, they're all gone. The ones, your woman that was in charge of France, she's gone. All these miserable fucking lockdown freaks are all gone now. Every one of them are gone. So there you go. Wales can breathe easy, so they can now. Wales can breathe a lot easier, so they can. But anyway, let's get into some of your questions, guys, for the podcast today. Thank you very much for everybody who has sent me a question. I do appreciate it, as always. Right, let's get into the emails first of all, guys. Don't forget, if you want to contact me by email, you can. moorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Here we go. Let's get into some of your questions here. Right, email first of all. Let's have a look here and see. One here from 2 days ago. And that's from Maurice. Maurice? Is it Morris or Maurice? Either way, it's Maurice or Morris. Hi, Matthew. Just wanted to send you a question for your podcast. I wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great time this year. Quick question for you. Will your dad be dressing up as a funny character this year as he's done in recent years? Keep up the good work. Is it Morris or Maurice? I can't do it. I've been asked that before, actually. And funny enough, I was talking to Mum about that. And we were in Liverpool last week, or week before last. I think Dad has got something planned for this year, but I don't know what he's got planned yet. He watched my vlogs over the last couple of years. He came one year with a funny hat on with, I think it was a dancing turkey on his head or something. And then the last year before that, he came dressed as Santa, but the trousers looked like Santa was giving him a piggyback. He dresses up in all these funny outfits every year. So funny glasses, funny hats and stuff like that. So this year, I don't know. I think he has something planned, but I'm not too sure just yet. But we'll just have to wait to see on Christmas Day. Now, last year he didn't. And a lot of people were disappointed in it, and I was disappointed in it too as well. As I said to him, why did you dress up this year? And he went, I don't know, I just didn't feel it this year. So that's why I've been saying to him all year, make sure you dress up for Christmas this year. You have to dress up for Christmas. Come on, Dad. It's Christmas time. People expect to see it. But if it's either Maurice or Morris or whatever you name it, thank you very much for your email. And I hope you have a great Christmas as well. And thank you for the Christmas greetings. I do appreciate it. Right, let's get into another one here on the emails. Let's have a wee flick through here on the laptop. Let's have a look and see. Right, one here from Nigel. Nigel on the email. Let's have a look and see where you're from. See, guys, he hasn't wrote his name where he's from. You did tell me where you're from, so I can tell you exactly where you're from. Because when I say this guy's name here, Nigel, it could be Nigel from anywhere. You know what I mean? Anyway, Nigel has said to me, well, here I see. Nigel said, hi, Matthew. Happy Christmas to you and your family. Hope you have a great Christmas this year and a Happy New Year. Quick question for you. What's your plans for 2024? Do you have any massive plans ahead for yourself and your kids? Please let us know. Would love to hear what your plans are for 2024. Okay, 2024. Well, obviously 2024 is going to consist basically of me working again, obviously going to Liverpool matches as much as I can, summer holidays, maybe go away over Easter as well. Lewis and I are heading back to London. Now, we were supposed to be heading to Philadelphia for WWE WrestleMania, but unfortunately we couldn't go this year, which is disappointing because I was kind of disappointed we couldn't go. But to be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do more in 2024. I get asked that question all the time. What are you going to do with yourself after Christmas, big man? Are you going to, get out there and meet somebody new, or are you going to start dating again, or are you going to start traveling more, or what are you going to do with yourself? Or, to be honest with you, I have a few plans set in place for 2024 at the minute, Nigel, but I don't really have it set in stone. Well, apart from one trip to London, and then obviously the summer holiday is going to be different this year because Brooke doesn't want to go on summer holidays with us this year, which is really strange because, okay, she'll be coming up towards 19 then, but it's kind of strange the fact that she doesn't want to go this year. And it's only going to be Lewis and I. Now, funny enough, Tony did say to me about going this year with him and his daughter on holiday with us this summer, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, Nigel. I mean, I've got a couple of trips and all planned and stuff, but then you know me, I like to do spontaneous trips and nights away and do all different things. So let's see how 2024, the YouTube channel in 2024 is going to be a lot better. But let's see how we get on for 2024. Let's get Christmas out of the way first, which is going to be fun this year. A quiet Christmas, but it'll be fun at some points. Thank you for your email, Nigel. Hope you have a great Christmas with you and your family as well. I do appreciate it. Let's get on to our email here. Let's have a look and see. Right, one here from Lee. Lee from Barnsley. Hello, Lee from Barnsley. How you doing? Hey, Matthew, just a wee quick question for your podcast this week. Do you have any favourite Christmas memories? If so, what are they? Okay. Lee from Barnsley. Favourite Christmas memories? I think I talked about this before, actually. Fond memories of Christmas time. Living in Belfast, when my dad bought me a football table one year, I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. Also, favourite Christmas time as well. I used to love, I don't know if I've told this story before, but I used to love, when I was a kid, when I lived in Belfast, I used to love going out on Thursday night shopping with mum and dad in Belfast. See, about 3 or 4 weeks leading into Christmas. Now, this is talking like the 80s into the early 90s. Belfast always had this atmosphere around at Christmas time where it was just, not because you're a kid and you're excited because it's Christmas and Santa Claus and all that there. It used to have just this atmosphere about it when you used to go into like some of the old stores back in the day compared to nowadays. Maybe because I'm an adult now, maybe kids nowadays get that same sort of feeling, but I used to remember my dad used to take me out late night shopping because Belfast used to be open up late on a Thursday night. It used to be called late night shopping. They used to do advertisements and all for it on TV and stuff to advertise late night shopping in Belfast. I always remember going into all the different stores and seeing toys and different stuff, all these different things you used to do with your parents and all. You used to get that butterfly feeling in your belly for Christmas, and you were so excited and everything was great and all, and you were ready to go, and Christmas wasn't too far away, and just always have those sort of memories. And then the year, I think it was 92, mum and dad bought me a Sega Mega Drive for Christmas, and I still have it to this day, and it still works. But I always remember that, and that was the special Christmases for me. Brooke's first Christmas as a dad, and being married, my first ever Christmas, was a very special one with Brooke. She was only a month old. Obviously, a lot of Christmas memories with the kiddies. Waking up and seeing Santa and their wee faces all lit up like a wee Christmas tree, and being all happy, and seeing them all, their wee faces all happy and stuff, and it makes you feel proud because obviously you've worked hard to give them what they need or what they wanted for Christmas as much as you can. But I've also some sad memories of Christmas as well, guys. Some sad Christmases. I've never told this story before, but one Christmas, I think it was the first Christmas after myself and Brooke and Lewis's mum broke up, and I got to see Brooke and Lewis on Christmas Day for about an hour, and I ended up spending Christmas night in my flat on my own with nobody else around me. And that was a sad Christmas because Brooke and Lewis were away doing their own thing with their mum at the time, and I got to see them for an hour to give them their presents, and that was it. And that was a hard thing to do. So it was. But again, now look at us. Brooke and Lewis are with me now 24/7, and it's just, that was a hard Christmas. But I've had a good few Christmases over the years, but those were the ones that stood out the most for me. So they were. But thank you for your question. Sorry for getting a little bit soppy on you there. But no, it's just we Christmas memories always have. So there you go. Right, let's get into another one here. One more email before we move into the social media. Let's have a look here and see. Right, one here from Andrew. Andrew is, I didn't say where he's from. Andrew says, "Hey Matthew, I've just recently started looking at some of your TikTok videos you've been posting recently. It's good to see you out there on a different platform for a change. I've enjoyed some of your TikToks. I do follow you on TikTok, but I don't really go on much myself, just to have a look around. Here's hoping to get to see you doing some funny videos on TikTok, like you done with your daughter where you were dancing around the shop like a fool. I think it's really good, and it's good to see another funny side to you as well. Happy Christmas from my family to yours." Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Andrew. I posted some TikToks recently. I posted a stupid one. We were putting the Christmas tree up. Brooke sent me this video the other week on TikTok, guys, of this song, and the girl holding a goat, a baby goat, and dancing with it like it's on a roller coaster or a wee ride, whatever, and the wee goat's crying, not crying, but like sort of like it looks like it's having the time of its life. And Brooke says, "Oh, Dad, let's do it with the blow up reindeer." So we made this wee funny video on TikTok with the blow up reindeer. It's just stupid. But anyway, I will be doing TikToks over Christmas. So I will be. I put one up on my TikTok of the Christmas market in Liverpool. I put a recent one up of us celebrating Trent's winner against Fulham, which is on quite a lot of views, by the way. So thank you to everybody who's viewed that TikTok. But yes, I want to do more TikToks and try and promote more stuff on the TikTok as well, guys. So yes, if you want to follow me on TikTok, I am on there at official Matthew Mirror. Right, let's get into social media. I'll start with Facebook today. The Mirror Army YouTube channel, Facebook page. You want to get on there and send me a message, you can, guys, and also hit a like on the page as well. I do appreciate it. Right, let's have a look here. Right, I've one here from Alex. Alex is from, where's he from? Doesn't say. Hold on, I'll click on his profile here and have a nosy. Where's he from? He's from the world. Alex is from the world in Liverpool. I said Liverpool. Hello, Alex. How you doing? He writes to me on Instagram saying, "Hey, Matthew, came across your YouTube channel a few weeks ago when I was searching up Adrian Edmondson videos. I see you were sitting front row for the show at the theatre in Liverpool. I was in the top balcony myself with my brother, and we absolutely loved the show. Wish I had knew you were there. I wish I had found your channel sooner, because I would have come up and offered to buy you a beer." Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Adrian Edmondson has been a hero of mine throughout the years, during the 80s and the 90s, and also in recent times as well. He helped me get through my divorce along with Rick Mell, watching them playing the Dangerous Brothers, Bottom, and more. Adrian Edmondson is such a smart man, and listening to some of his stories and also reading his new book, Berserker, I think Adrian Edmondson now is a very smart, intelligent man, and the book gave me a new insight to his life as a whole. Okay. Thank you for all your great content. I will continue to watch more of your YouTube channel videos. I see there's quite a lot on there, and I will watch them over the next few weeks. Next time you're in Liverpool, let me know, and we can hook up for a beer. And that's all. Well, listen, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yes, Adrian Edmondson show in Liverpool a few months ago, actually, it was September I went. I flew over for that show. You're probably thinking you're fucking mad, Matthew, but listen, the flight was like 36 quid return. And I spent the night in a wee hotel, and I got to sit right up close to one of my heroes, one of my favourite comedians of all time. Up close and personal. I missed him by meeting him by 30 seconds. I'm fucking raising it that, like, but I will get a photograph of him. It's one of my goals in life, guys, is to get a photograph of that guy. Because of a photograph of me and Rick Mell with him, or me and Rick Mell in 2006. And then I've also got stuff from obviously being at their tours and whatever else. But I want to go and see. I want to see it. I was in the front row that night, but I want to meet him. So I do. I really want to meet him. But that show was unbelievable. The stories that he told, the heartbreak about losing Rick, which will be 10 years this June coming. I can't believe it. You know, some of the stories that he told about his life. You know, the abuse that he went through as a child, and it was unbelievable. And his book, wow, his book's incredible. I've been reading through his book there now since I got it, and it's unbelievable. So it is. But listen, thank you for your message. Appreciate it. I couldn't even speak there. And yes, if I'm ever in Liverpool and you're ever about and we're ever on a detour, we'll have a beer. Certainly, not a problem at all. I'll have a pint with you, no problem at all. Thank you for your message. Right, let's get on to another one here on Facebook before we move on to Instagram. before I wrap this podcast up for another day. Let's have a look here and see. Right, I've one here from Michael. Michael on Instagram is from, where's he from? London, Southeast London. Hello, Michael from Southeast London. Hey, Matthew. I don't know why you're aware of all the recent crimes that has been going on in London, but I just wanted to bring this to your listeners' attention and also to your attention. Okay. The crime rate in London, especially where I live in Southeast London, has been up by over 60% in the last year. It's really worrying and scary, especially sending my kids to school every day and also trying to go to work. It's so worrying living in this part of London, looking over your shoulder every 5 minutes, wondering if anybody is ever going to attack you to try and rob you, or maybe stab you to death, or try and shoot you. The crime rate in this area is absolutely horrendous, and the London Council is doing nothing about it. We have a local group in London which we've been trying to protest online to try and get the crime rate down in London, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse, especially with the illegal immigrants coming into the country, where the Prime Minister is doing, in our eyes, nothing about it. What is your view on this? I'm sure you probably get those news stories back in Northern Ireland, but here in London, it's a really hard thing to live with every day, looking over your shoulder, not knowing what's going to happen from one day to the next. Okay. Yes, I do, Michael. I do see that all the time. And I agree with you about the Prime Minister. He's a bit of a twat. He's on the news at the minute talking about this Rwanda deal and all this nonsense. I'm very sorry to hear where you live in London, where it's obviously getting really, really bad. I mean, 60% where you live in that area, that's fucking insane. You do hear about a lot of, stabbings and shootings and, all these different things that are going on at the minute. Not just in London, but all over the UK. And this is where I think the police force need to be more old school, the way they used to be. Take no bullshit, take no prisoners. If you're doing shit like that, fucking throw the book at them and punish them. If you're an illegal immigrant, kick them out the fucking door and get rid of them. Out the door. But I mean, from what you're saying in your message there, like where you live in London, the crime rate's up by 60%. That's fucking insane. So it is. That's absolutely insane. But again, you said you had in your email or your message, or you have a group that you're protesting against, obviously, trying to get the London Council to do something about it. And I hope that your local council in your area of London does something about it, because at the end of the day, I mean, that's a high percentage rate of crime going up, and it needs to be dealt with. You know what? That's not good. But I mean, no matter where you're going now in the UK, and even here in Northern Ireland and Ireland too. I mean, look at all the stuff that happened down in Dublin recently, with all the rats in the streets and the guy walking around stabbing random people in the street. I don't even know what country he was from. It's a worrying thing at the minute, guys, when you see these types of stories and you see all these different ones, coming in from different countries. And I'm not trying to be racist or nothing here, or trying to be anything like that, but a lot, even here where I live at the minute in Northern Ireland too as well, there's been a lot of crime coming from areas that never had crime before. Like, for example, a hotel here in my town where I live, where it's filled with people from Afghanistan and things like that. The crime rate coming out of that fucking hotel is scandalous. I've seen stories in local papers and online of, grooming young girls, shoplifting, trying to stab people with knives, car theft, robberies, just raping young girls. It just seems to go on and on and on. And this is where the government now need to step in. Fuck the politically correct bullshit, even with the police. Fuck that shit. Get in there the way it used to be, old school. Get in there and deal with it and nip it in the bud now. Because if you don't, it's going to keep getting worse, because they're going to laugh at the justice system, they're going to laugh at the courts, they're going to laugh at the police, and they're going to go, what are they going to fucking do? They're going to hit me smack in the wrist and send me home. But to read that message there from that listener now, I mean, that's worrying, up by 60%. That's crazy. Just keep on. All I can suggest for you to do is just keep protesting against the council and trying to get the council to do something about, maybe put more police on the streets. Again, look at the police force. We talked about the police force over the last year or so here on the podcast, especially in the London area. The amount of corruption going on in the police as well. The world's going fucking mental at the minute, guys, and it's so sad to see a message like this that I get, bringing it to the attention of my listeners, that this is getting to the point now where it needs to be addressed. Now, before it's too late. And I think the police force in the UK and Ireland, and obviously the government, need to be more strict and put the foot down and say, right, you don't want to play by the rules? The rules are there for a reason. guess what? There's a prison cell with your fucking name on it. Away you go. Bye bye. But again, some people out there just don't care and don't have any remorse for what they do, whether they're out there stabbing people or shooting people or robbing people or whatever else. And it's such a pity to see something like that going on, in an area like 60%. I can't get over that. Keep me posted on how you're getting on with your campaign, and I'd love to hear more about it. And if you want to send me more details about it, like you have a social media page or whatever, I'll certainly have a read into it and have a look into it, because I'll actually be interested to see and read in more exactly what's going on in your area. But thank you for your message, and I'll send you a message back after I get off the air today. But that's just, that's crazy. So it is absolutely crazy. The things it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Right, guys, I'll do one here on Instagram before I leave here today. Just some of the stories that I read on there. The stories I get in this podcast over the last year has just been baffling. And I always keep telling people, you just never know who's listening to you. You never know who's listening, and you never know who's going to get in touch with you here on the programme. You never know. You really, really don't. Right, one more from Instagram, guys, and we'll hit the road here, so we will. Right, let's go. Let's have a look here and see a scroll. Right, one here from Elner. I pronounced that right? Elner, yes, I'm pronounced it right. No glasses on. Going blind in my old age. Excuse me. Elner has wrote to me on Instagram. Hey Matthew, how you doing? Greetings. Happy Christmas to you and your family. Well, thank you, Elner. I appreciate that. I just wanted to let you know, my favourite TV programme is Only Fools and Horses. I noticed in one of your recent vlogs in the background that you had some figurines sitting on one of your tables in your living room. Can I ask you where you got them from, as they look really, really cool and also really, really, really detailed? I would love to get some for my husband for Christmas, as we are massive Only Fools and Horses fans. We went to one of their conventions this year and met David Jason in person. David Jason was such a nice gentleman, and he took time to listen to us and answer our questions. Also, when we took photographs, he also let my husband take a video of him for my sick grandma back home. Oh, that was awful nice. He is such a gentleman, and it's a moment that we will never ever forget. What is your favourite Only Fools and Horses memory? Okay, Elner, a bit of a question there for me. Yes, I'll start with the figurines. Do you know what they actually are? They're the official Only Fools and Horses bobblehead figures. And the reason why I have them sitting out is because they're so fucking detailed and they're awesome, and I love them to bits. The ones I have at the minute on my table at my house, living room, is two Del Boys, a Rodney, an Uncle Albert, Trigger with his broom, and then Boise. Yeah, I want them to bring out one of Grandpa, but they haven't brought one of Grandpa yet. I think they were about, 11 or 12 quid or something. You can get them in all different stores. I think I got mine in like Home Bargains or something. I can't even remember. But you can buy them on the online store as well. So you can. You also asked me what my favourite Only Fools and Horses moment is. My goodness, there's a few. Everybody always seems to go for the one, the likes of when Del Boy fell through the bar, or the one with the chandelier, where they broke the chandelier. One of my favourite moments is when Rodney gets married. The sad moment where they're in the wee room and Rodney leaves with Cassandra after getting married, and the music's playing in the background and the camera pans out to Del Boy, and Del Boy realises he's brought Rodney up since he was a kid, and now Rodney's grew up and he's moved out, and he feels like he's going to be on his own all now, and just moments like that. And then also the one where after Cassandra had a miscarriage, where Rodney wouldn't speak about it, and Del Boy deliberately got the lift to stop so Rodney could open up. And he talks about it, the Del Boy in the lift, and it's just a sad moment. But one of them also my favourite moments is at the very, very end, the very last episode of Del Boy, where they're in the graveyard, and Rodney had just had his daughter, and they're standing with the pram and whatever else, and Del Boy asks Rodney, have you thought of a name yet for your child? And Rodney just goes, oh yeah, we have. And he points to their mum's headstone, and it says, wife, Joan, and then Audra, and at the very bottom of the thing it says grandson Damien and granddaughter Joan. He named his daughter after his mum, which I thought was a nice wee touch. I actually remember watching that episode when it first aired in 2003. I actually remember watching it with Brooke and Lewis's mum, and it was really tearful. But Del Boy was one of them shows, and Only Fools and Horses was one of them shows that could make you laugh, make you cry, make you sad. And the emotion was just like John Sullivan's writing was just incredible. The way he wrote the show, it was just like the way he done it. He could just play with all your different types of emotions. So he could. It was a brilliant show. And you said there in your message as well that you met David Jason. You lucky sod. I want to meet him, but he's in his 80s now. I'd love to meet him. So I would love to meet Del Boy. I've been watching Nicholas Lyndhurst, Rodney, in the new series of Fraser. It's kind of weird watching him being this smart, sort of different type of character compared to the big dopey Rodney. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at Rodney now. I mean, Rodney's in his late 50s, probably Rodney's in his 60s now. Or late 50s. And I'm sort of going, oh my God, look how old they are and all now. It's crazy. But thank you for your question. So hope I can help it. What I'll do is I'll have a wee look online, and I'll send you a wee link to your message about those bobblehead things. Even my mum and dad and all first come in, they're like, oh, them models are cool. Where'd you get those? And then they don't look like bobbleheads, but they're so detailed. Like whoever made them for Only Fools and Horses need a good pat in the back, because they are really, really detailed. So they are. But thanks for your question. I hope you have a happy Christmas too. Guys, that's going to bring us to the end of today's podcast. Thank you for listening. I'm going to be back tomorrow with another podcast. Definitely tomorrow, back for another episode of the Moore Army podcast. I'm going to be doing Jackass of the Week tomorrow, so if you have any suggestions at all quickly before you listen to this, I'll put it out on social media today. Any questions, whatever else, let me know. Got a couple of candidates already. But I will be back tomorrow for another wee chat on the podcast tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Once again, guys, you want to get in touch with me, you can by the Moore Army podcast email, which is moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. Contact me on Instagram, official Matthew Moore, and also on Facebook, the Moore Army YouTube channel, Facebook page as well, guys. You can get in touch with me there as well. Don't forget, once again, get your Christmas merchandise before the time sort of frame shuts. moorearmy.co.uk. Also, the new merchandise that we release as well, the Moore Army Guy t-shirts, which are pretty cool. Get on there now and check out all the new merch, moorearmy.co.uk. The Christmas jumpers are awesome. I actually got a message there on Monday from someone saying they bought a Christmas hoodie and they loved it. Saying it was fleecy on the inside, it was nice and kept lovely and warm. So we want to check out some of the new fleecy hoodies that we have, and the new t-shirts for Christmas, and new jumpers, and we've even got Christmas mugs. Yeah, Christmas mugs. So we'll have, and stuff we've got Christmas jumpers for kids as well. So we want to get some for your kiddies who follow Moore Army. Get them on there now, moorearmy.co.uk. Right, guys, I will see you back here tomorrow for another episode of the Moore Army podcast. I'm going to get this out and get my day sorted. Hopefully get this wallpaper for Lewis. Fingers crossed. See how it goes. Right, guys, until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go out here and pull my hair out and do some shopping. More Christmas shopping too. So until tomorrow, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you back here tomorrow for another episode of the Moore Army podcast. So until then, guys, I will see you all soon. Thanks for listening.